आज ही डाउटनेट ऐप डाउनलोड करें। डाउटनेट पर होगा अब आपके सभी मैथ्स, केमिस्ट्री, फिजिक्स और बायोलॉजी डाउट्स का सफाया। बस अपने क्वेश्चन की फोटो खींचो, उसे क्रॉप करो और तुरंत वीडियो सोल्यूशन पाओ। डाउनलोड नाउ।
Hello friends, so here's a question. It says that evaluate the following definite integrals as limit of sums, and we have minus 1 integral of e to the power x dx from minus 1 to 1. Okay, so let's start. First of all, you must know what is limit of sums. So limit of sums basically means integral of a to b f of x dx. Basically, if you have integral of f of x dx a to b, then that can be written as b minus a divided by n limit n tends to infinity f of a plus f of a plus h plus f of a plus 2h up to f of a plus n minus 1 into h. Okay, so this is known as limit of sums. Okay, so here in this question we have minus 1 to 1 e to the power x dx. Okay, so we have, if you compare these two things, we finally have a as minus 1, b as 1, and here the h is actually equal to b minus a divided by n, right? So h will be equal to 1 minus minus 1 divided by n, that is 2 by n. Okay, so the value of h is 2 by n, b is equal to 1 and a equals to minus 1. Okay, and also our function f of x is e to the power x, right? So let's put all these things in this equation. We will have integral of e to the power x dx from minus 1 to 1 as b minus a by n, that is 2 by n, limit n tends to infinity f of a, that is minus 1, plus f of a plus h, that is h minus 1, plus f of h plus 2, sorry, 2h plus a plus 2h, right? So a is minus 1, right? So it this will be 2h minus 1 up to f of n minus 1 h minus 1. Okay, so this will finally become 2 by n, limit n tends to infinity f of minus 1, that will be e to the power minus 1 plus e to the power h minus 1 plus e to the power 2h minus 1 up to e to the power n minus 1 into h minus 1. Okay, now I can write this as 2 by n, limit n tends to infinity e to the power minus 1 plus e to the power minus 1 into e to the power h. This can be written like this. Similarly, this will become e to the power minus 1 into e to the power 2h up to e to the power minus 1 into e to the power n minus 1 into h, right? Now in the next step we will take e to the power minus 1 common from here, right? So this will become 2 by n, limit n tends to infinity e to the power minus 1 in bracket 1 plus e to the power h plus e to the power 2h up to e to the power n minus 1 into h, right? I can write this as 2. I'm taking this e outside, so this will be 2 by e, limit n tends to infinity. I'm taking this n inside, so that it will be 1 by n in bracket 1 plus e to the power h plus e to the power 2h up to e to the power n minus 1 into h, right? Now here you can see that these terms are basically in a GP, right? Where a, that is the first term, is 1 and the common ratio r is e to the power h, right? So I can write this as 2 by e, limit n tends to infinity 1 by n, and the sum of a GP, right? Now the sum of a GP is actually equal to r to the power n, so r is e to the power h n minus 1 divided by r, that is e to the power h minus 1, right? Basically, if you have a GP, let's say 1 r square up to r to the power n minus 1, then the sum of these VP will be equal to a r to the power n minus 1 divided by r minus 1, right? So I have used this thing over here. So a, that is the first term, is 1, so that will be 1 into r to the power n. The value of r is e to the power h, right? So that will be e to the power h n minus 1 divided by r minus 1. So it will be e to the power h minus 1. Okay, so this is our final expression. Now here let's put the value of h, that is 2 by n. So that will become 2 by e limit n tends to infinity 1 by n, h is equal to 2 by n, right? So if I put 2 by n here, so n will be cancelled out. So this will be e square minus 1 divided by e to the power 2 by n minus 1, right? Now here e square minus 1 is a constant, right? So I can take it outside. So you will have 2 into e square minus 1 divided by e limit n tends to infinity, and here we have 1 by e to the power 2 by n minus 1, minus 1, this whole into 1, right? So now I am multiplying and dividing this thing by 2, right? So this thing I can write this as 2e square minus 1 divided by e limit n tends to infinity 1 by, I can write this as e to the power 2 by n minus 1 divided by 2 by n, right? This n I have taken in the denominator, so that will be 2 by n into 2, right? So I'm taking this 2 outside, so this 2 will cancel out this 2. So here we will have e square minus 1 by e limit n tends to infinity 1 by e to the power 2 by n minus 1 divided by 2 by n, right? Now the value of this limit is equal to 1, right? That is, if you have limit a tends to infinity 1 by e to the power 1 by a minus 1 divided by 1 by a, then that is equal to 1, right? So from here the value of this limit will be equal to 1, right? So this will become 1, this whole thing will become 1. So we finally have e square minus 1 by e, right? So the final value of the given integral will be e square minus 1 divided by e. Okay, so this will be our answer. I hope this will help you. Thank you.
क्लास 6 से 12 से लेके नीट IIT JEE मेंस और एडवांस के लेवल तक 10 मिलियन से ज़्यादा स्टूडेंट्स का भरोसा। आज ही डाउनलोड करें डाउटनट ऐप या व्हाट्सएप कीजिए अपने डाउट्स 8400 400 400 पर।